we want to look at. What's good, everyone? Welcome to another session with yours truly, Elwin. It is, what is it, Monday, April 25th, 2022. And, it's that spring quarter getting into gear. We looking for nice shifts in the market, nice moves in the market. We could trade a range, but we love when the market makes big dumps, big trends, and we're able to catch those moves. And from a fundamental fiscal bank, whatever, drop your hot button word there. From that standpoint, we know they like to use that second quarter to make moves, they being, the powers that be that control the financial institutions. And I've been noticing a lot of, DXY, it's just been pumping along. So yeah, this was like dollar, it was something we were expecting to reverse, continue down based on, let's take a look at a weekly real quick, right? So delete that, the sessions, okay, right? Last year with this was actually 2020 when Trump made that announcement for the budget for COVID, Congress, billions to them, et cetera. It played off that high of spring 17, right? So spring 17, spring 20. So spring 2022 looks like we're approaching that same level. So I would anticipate dollar at least, it's pretty obvious you're going to come to this zone. So if you're holding, XXX USD sells, or if you're holding USD XXX buys, I would think you're good for your swing for a little longer, right? So yeah, just taking that fundamental analysis. I don't know what we're going to call when we analyze an index. I mean, it's kind of fundamental analysis in a way, but it's still technicals, right? So this technical analysis of the dollar index. With that in mind, that gives me a bias to what to look for on, the other pairs. So I want that to be clear to traders. Like when you're trading and you're like, man, what should I do? Like, GU, right? It looks like sells, it looks like buys. I'm gonna catch this reversal. Oh, it's accumulating here, right? Or more so, you're getting stuck in the price action of what price is doing right now. This is why I like to look at higher time frames. This is why I like to look at my indexes too, because it gives me my direction. It gives me my trade idea, because those patterns will destroy you at times, especially if you're looking for a swing or to hold something, right? If you're just looking to scalp or intraday, you might be a little more cool because you don't need to worry about a big trend in the market, which direction is going as much, because you're just looking to get in, get out. But even if you're doing that, like if you want to catch the nicer, the hardier moves, those real moves, like to me, in my experience, in my back testing, you get more if you go with the overall direction of the market, even if you're just looking to intraday, right? And I think what traders shouldn't aspire to catch bigger moves, catch a swing if possible. It's not saying that has to be your strategy. You got to be greedy, but I do think it's part of the natural progression of a trader, right? You get stronger, you get faster, you get bigger at a sport you train for, right? You make more money, you trade bigger lots, you hold your trades for longer, you get nicer setups, you get more refined entries. These are all part of mastery, of getting great at your craft. So just something to think about when you're approaching your trading, because you need to, the way I look at anything is in life, right? You always first find your why, but then you come into the game with a clear strategy, with a clear vision of how you're going to approach things. And I promise you, those that are more intentional in what they're doing, how they're gonna approach trading, that maybe they open a new account. I got a friend who opened a 5K account today. They've been trying to pass FTMO challenges and failing it. And I just was like, bro, just open you up an account. We fund it yourself with all the money you funded those trials, those tests, like fund your own account. And you know, they did that. They're already at trading. But the first thing I was asking them, I'm like, how much you risking? You got your setup, you got your plan clear on what you're doing, how you're trading this account, right? I say you got your profit levels clear. All of this is defined. You have it clear, right? Because you don't want to go into that account like, well, I'm gonna see what's out there. I'm gonna take a few setups. It's like you're playing around, and you don't want to play with your money. You want to approach this on some leverage shit. Like, how can I use this account to extract money from the market while limiting exposure to the account, right? So that's why I get led into things like finding the best entry, having a tight stop loss, taking profits where I can, all these different techniques like my twin position trading, or you know, even something simple as moving a break even, protecting your account, or even something as simple as not moving the break even to protect your account because you know price gonna come back, wick you out, and now you had a trade that you could have got, but you didn't give it room, right? Hang on one second. So it's really up to you. So you got to figure out what you're gonna do, what's gonna work for you. Maybe you've been crushing it in trading and you're working on either leveling up or maybe you're just making changes. You still have to analyze your trading and see which direction you're going. What's the next step? What do you need to level up? What do you need to make sure you don't get complacent? What do you need to make sure you don't fall off? No matter how long you've been in this game, 1 year, 5 months, 5 years, 20 years, 30 years, right? There are traders that have been in this game before we were even born, right? They trading on floors, they making bread. But what happens when the market goes home now and everyone's trading on their home consoles? You know, it's 2005, right? What happens when their cryptos get introduced to the game, right? Those veteran traders, they better adapt. And that's not saying they gotta change their style, right? I got mentor people I look up to. Oliver Velez started trading in '86, the year I was born. And this man been scalping Apple stock on the ticker since I was, you know, making macaroni art, bro, sis. So it's not to say that you have to constantly go with where the market is going and go with the change of it, but it's a finesse to this. It's a grace to excellence. And the only way you're gonna do that is by constantly, right, putting in the work, but constantly just updating yourself like a computer, right? Like, oh, there's new stuff in the market. I'm gonna update my knowledge on this. There's a new financial institute. There's a new, I don't know, currency type, whatever it may be. And that's not to say like, oh, I'm gonna change to this. Like, oh, now I only, you know, do perpetual cryptos on Binance. No, you can do whatever you want, but you do have to continuously evolve and take in information. And one thing that no one will ever be able to really do for you with that information or with your trading is just the word discernment, right? Discernment. Discernment is always going to be up to you, the observer, right, of your own life, the person in control of you. So you have to constantly use your own discernment, whether you're discerning who you're going to study, who you're going to learn from, if you're going to take a week off, if you're going to go extra hard this week, if you feel like you need to be on the charts on Sunday. Like me, I knew this past month. All right, so February, I had some bad panic and anxiety attacks, and I basically was out of commission for like 10 days. I ain't trade, I ain't eat nothing. I was fucked up, okay? And so I had to just take a break. I was overstimulated. And as I came back to life, man, like I was rusty in my trading, just taking off 2 weeks. See, and that's why I tell you I don't take off, because just taking off 2 weeks in my trading, I didn't have my feel for it. And I struggled for the remaining month of February and early into March. So basically the last month I had to use to get my mojo back. And what I did was I actually had to start taking a lot of trades. And I never tell you that, right? I don't say take a bunch of trades. But for me, I felt I was a little shell shocked, that I was cramping up, not in my flow. And what's better when you're not hitting your shots, you feel rusty, get in the gym and shoot some shots, right? Now, I was on a live account trading smaller amounts, but you could do that on a demo. But the point was I was getting back out there. And I'll tell you, last week I took about 20 trades, and that is a lot of trades for me. I am a guy who will take 3 trades in a week, right? But it was just part of my process. So I'll never tell someone to take 20 trades in a week, right? But I knew that's what I needed. And for this week, I said, you know what? A lot of times I let the market open Sunday, Monday, come in Tuesday, find my setup. I said, no, I need to come in right away, guns a blazing. Like, there's nothing to wait for. I have to seize this opportunity, and I can't be scared if I lose and let that discourage me. So what I did was I took EURCAD, man. Like, I seen it. I seen all the CAD pairs were bearish, and then I saw EURCAD still kind of had like a little gas to it, and it was playing around a previous week high, accumulating above a key level. And yeah, I sold it. I actually already closed this trade. It could be a hold, but I made over 50% on this trade on my account, man, risking 8% on the setup. And you know, that's a great feeling. Over 50% on one trade, and now I have a week where all I'm gonna tell myself is I got 30% to play with, but it's not even that. It's just, this is the position I put myself in. And I'm very happy about that. And I knew that's what I need to do. So now what I tell myself approaching this week, I'm up over 50%. There's one thing, I got one job, Elwin. Make sure I end this week positive and with confidence. So what do I have to do for Elwin this week? All I have to do is make sure I don't go over a certain amount of risk. So I told myself, literally, I can risk up to 30% and lose it all and be okay, be up 20, 30% on the week. But that's not the point, right? The point is I have to have the discernment to say, this is what I'm gonna do. And I am not gonna trade anymore, because I could literally overtrade, be overconfident, and give it all back. So this is a life lesson more than just a trading lesson. If you come into anything with intention and place your attention there, and you have a strategy, a plan going in, you're gonna be successful, or you're gonna figure out what's not working. And from there, you can make the adjustments to be successful. But either way, you're gonna constantly have to be adapting, right? Adapt or perish. Just because you figure out the perfect system that works every time for this month, for these market conditions, don't mean it's gonna always work. So that's why I'm telling y'all gotta be adaptable, because if you don't, you're gonna get so caught up in the pattern recognition, so comfortable in what you're doing, that it's gonna stop working, and you're gonna wonder why it's not working. It's because you're not doing your job. Sometimes we as traders kind of forget what we do, right? Like how we analyze the market and extract trade ideas. So just constantly be in that framework, constantly think like that. And from there, right, you're gonna show some flashes of brilliance. You're gonna be like, damn, I went brazy this week. I went hard, I was going good. And then you're gonna have some shitty weeks, shitty month. Maybe you just fall in a slump. Maybe you're a person who crushes it 1 week a month, and then you suck the rest of the month, right? The weeks. But what you need to do, right? Start to tap in, start to tune in. What was I doing to kill it? What did I do that week, right? And that's why the journaling, the spreadsheet, the notes, right now your trades, the screenshots is so important, because that's your collected data. So you can't really cheat nobody but yourself in this game. So I just wanted to kind of give an insight on what it takes, what it means to be a trader, right? What it means to be a trader value one. That's what it is. We got any questions in the chat? Anyone want to chime in and kind of share you know, their thoughts on this or their experience with this, or, you know, just kind of add to it. Raise your hand or let me know in the chat and I'll unmute you. This is a good time to kind of jump in, share your story, share what you've been going through, what you kind of have figured out about yourself in your trading. And, you know, maybe that's going to help someone else. So anyone? Any volunteers? Y'all let me know. So let's take a look at a couple pairs. Yeah, I mean, we were saying NJ is bearish. Looks like it, what'd you say on the 4 hour, it shifted. Yeah, I mean, that looks like a good shift. Mainly because you see these lows got broke, even made one right here. This was actually a good entry right here. So you got those nice candles you could have got in on, lower time frame probably. So yeah, so now just gonna let it pull back. Looking on the weekly. I'm just kind of taking a look at this structure because the reason I zoomed out to the weekly is just because like how bullish the JPY pairs have been. And right, the closest nearest structure was right here. And it's like, what structure is it going to play off of? So yeah, that's basically why I zoomed out to the weekly to see more. But as you can see, it's playing off of these highs, which these are from 2017. Back in 2015, it used this as a support, trapped under it. And it being, you know, around 84.5, right? 84.5. So now we have a clear bull, few weeks of trapping here. Now, last week we closed bearish. This week we opened up and we're fully bearish back into that area. So yeah, so like say we have now, you know, said that this is a bearish move, right? Because this could just be a correction and we continue on up, right? Because overall it's still bullish if you're looking on your daily. But these last 3 days, we've been bearish. Like I said, we broke these levels. We even broke this level. So for me to survive a move like this, even if it is a trap, right? Which happens, you can survive the trap, right? If I take this move here and it is a reversal, you know, that could, I'm just theoretically speaking, you know, that could be a couple hundred pips, right? We're on a daily. So, but, oh, why am I hitting reef? There you go. But, you know, it could be, could do something like that. And then what's that, like 1,500 pips or 1,000 pips? So we got options. But what I do like is that we have clear bearish momentum, clear shift out of accumulation in the trap. So for now, you know, I would just, you know, kind of just wait for accumulation, wait for a pullback. Maybe a micro trap. however you like to trade. But you know, once we figure out kind of what the market maker is doing, we can apply our skill sets to this. So let's see. I haven't used this in a while. I haven't been doing trend lines like that. But you know, maybe we get something like but for me, I'ma just wait. Maybe like a nice level could be you know, like 85.5, like we were talking about, maybe a play off of that. However, I will tell you, sometimes JPY will just dump and like, you know, Brandon already in, you know. So, right, like sometimes just dump off of there, or maybe it come up here to this, to the DMA and then boom. But for me, I would not take it unless I see like this, right? So that's what I want to wait for. I want to see what price do. So I'll take a look at this tonight. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing. Just to keep it extra simple, extra funky. But like I said, it might just dump. So we'll see. See what the chat's saying. Oh, Rush on your phone. That's cool, bro. No worries. All right. So any other pairs, anyone? We got a little more time here. It's gonna go. I'll go ahead and show you my EURCAD trade. Oh, let me show you the USD CAD. Oh, that was fire. Oh, gold. Okay, we'll look at gold. See, this setup was crazy. This is me learning with Neo. Yeah, I'll get a little sneak peek. But yeah, that's the Neo setup. I'm up, still going. But if y'all want that, y'all gotta go pay Neo. But yeah, so we'll go to gold. All right, so like I said in the chat, on a 4-hour, gold looks bearish. And who remembers what I said about DXY? Anyone? Anyone remember what I said about DXY? Y'all can put it in the chat. Anyone? Bullish? Yep, exactly, bullish. Right. So gold should be bearish, right? But that's not to just be like, oh, dollar bullish, XXX USD bearish, because it don't always work like that. And gold can do what it wants. But in this case, it gives more support, more evidence. It tells more of the story. DXY going up, we see a nice potential zone. XXX USD going down, which happens to be gold right now. So you can sell it. As you see, playing off this area. Where's that red line? What did I do? Oh, okay. Pardon me. It's a trick Neo showed me. Switch to the line chart, and they call them what, key line levels, or you know, support resistance. I could find them real easy like that, like this. Yeah, I think that it's going to keep going down based on this, right? It's between a rock and a hard place, but I would have to watch it. But there definitely has some bearish momentum. But for me, overall, I think gold going to keep going up, right? Like this is just a pit stop, and gold going to blow past this eventually. But right now, it looked like it's reversing some, and you know this could be price magnet, because market maker could have left some orders right here, right? That W. Now they gotta come get them and keep going. So I would look for sells, but like fundamentally, I might be looking to find a good time to buy gold coins or something like that, right? Because just look how historically gold is just bullish overall. And then even, you know, since 2019, we've been up, 2020 retracement, 21 kind of just accumulating, 22 we're pushing up some, just kind of still playing around. So yeah, overall bullish. Right now bearish, can look for sells. End of the day, no sells, so you got to wait till tomorrow, especially for something like gold, unless you may be scalping or something. But you know, get you that ECR, let it accumulate, get in, right? But right now it's still, it didn't even leave a clear low, so day's over, right? So that's what I think about gold. That's my view. Hopefully that helps you. All right, we got anything else, or are we gonna call it from here? Any questions, comments, other pairs? That one's for you, Uthman. All right, I guess we're done. Y'all have a great week, and wish y'all a amazing trading. Take your shots, crush it. Much love. Peace out, guys.